So I'm going to go ahead and ask Resto to cross over the Teeter-Totter bridge. And so we've done this on the ground, and he was pretty confident with it. We'll see how he does with this. You know, the thing that gets a lot of these horses is sometimes when you ask them to go over bridges, they might spill off sideways, that kind of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and start by having him approach. And I always like to kind of slow them down in my approach, back them off a little bit, and then reapproach. So I don't want him to be in a rush. You see how he's already starting to kind of spill out to one side and not try to square up. So I'm just going to use my leg to square him back up here. I'm going to square him back over this way. Because my expectation right now is for him to approach it somewhat square. I'm not going to be a huge stickler, but he knows how to move off my leg. So I'm going to use that to my advantage and get him to move and square up in the direction I want him to. So I'm going to go ahead and ask him to come back this way for me. We're going to approach. We're going to take it nice and steady. I'm going to square him up a little, kind of overcompensating. But I really want him to be settled in the approach. So you see how he's still kind of dancing a little bit? So I'm kind of going to hook him back this way. We're going to reapproach here. And you'll find some horses will just go right over. Other horses might start dancing around to avoid it. But I'm not going to go any further until I settle him down. There, that's much better. And I'm just going to adjust a little bit, see if I can square him up just a little bit better. There, good boy, that's better. Good, I like how he took that nice big deep breath. I really want to encourage that. And so now I'm going to ask my pony to walk forward. So I'm going to go ahead and gently squeeze. And I'm going to direct with my rein, move that front end over. And you see how he's totally not square. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see if I can get him to step up. There. And now I'm going to actually back him off of here. There, good. So I like that. He did really well there. He didn't want to do it. He was trying to avoid it. You see how I really exaggerate with my hand and my rein. I see a lot of people, you know, they'll approach an obstacle and they're like, he just won't do it. He's not going where I want him to go. But they're not taking that rein and drawing that horse away or two enough to really communicate to them, hey, I want you to go there. Or hey, let's come around this way. So, you know, throw equitation out the window right now. You're going to pick up that rein, show him what you want, and guide him to that obstacle. Good pony. Really like how he stepped up there, nice and quiet and relaxed. So I'm going to take a nice big deep breath. I'm going to give him a rub for that. And I'm going to go ahead and back my pony up, and we're going to retreat again. Notice how I keep retreating him. I don't want to have him in such a rush that he thinks that the goal of the obstacle is just to get from one side to the other. I want him to do this nice, quiet, and relaxed. So we're going to reapproach again here. He's avoiding. I'm picking up my rein, saying, no, sir. Let's hook on through here. I'm squeezing with my legs gently. There. I'm going to rub and love on him while he's resting on here. Let him know he made some really good decisions here. And now this time I'm going to push a little bit further and let him walk off the obstacle. Very good. Good pony. So I always like to start with the high side first because they usually have a harder time with that side. And so I like to just get it out the way. You know, let them step on it and hear it move, flop, and then there, push them on through. Good boy. So I like that he did that really well. This next time we go over, I'm going to slow him down a little bit. I'd like him to move a little bit more methodically, a little bit slower, a little bit more patience in his movement here. There. Kind of rushed off the side there. I'm going to go ahead and tip that front end back towards the obstacle. And we're going to reapproach here. I really want him to take his time, be nice and easy, and relax. So I'm going to stop him right here. Good boy. And right back to it. I'm going to stop him right there. Good boy. then right here, I'm going to hold him. He wants to plow forward. Now I'll let him come on down. Much better. This is the stuff that makes our horses more confident. You know, not just plowing over the obstacle, but refining the way in which he goes over this obstacle. So we'll take our time here. Yes, good. Oh yeah, good boy. And we're gonna ease on through here. Yeah, good. And we'll come on down. Good boy. It's so important to take our time, to work through these horses in a slow, methodical way that makes sense to them. When we're just rushing and pushing past things, we create a level of anxiety in our horse which is so unnecessary. But when we encourage them and affirm them every step of the way, we're going to make them that much more confident. And when we have confident horses, we're more likely to have a safe, soft, and steady ride.